quiet night in Shanghai. No cameras, no announcements, yet suddenly, everything changed. Because in the shadows of the city lights, Wang Yibo arrived, silently, deliberately, just days before China GT 2026. But the real question is, why does this quiet arrival feel so intense? The night of April 15th, 2026, it didn't begin like a headline. It began like any other night in Shanghai. Glowing skyscrapers, soft traffic noise, and a city that never truly sleeps. But somewhere between those ordinary moments, something extraordinary slipped in unnoticed. No press release, no official statement, no flashing cameras waiting at the entrance. And yet, the name began to spread. Wang Yibo is here. Witnesses described a calm but unmistakable presence arriving at a hotel in Shanghai. The kind of presence that doesn't need noise to be felt. The kind that carries weight, even in silence. There was no rush for attention. No dramatic gestures. Just quiet movement, controlled, focused, intentional. Because this wasn't a celebrity arrival. This was preparation. Just 2 days before the China GT Championship Round 1, scheduled from April 17th to 19th at the iconic Shanghai International Circuit, Wang Yibo chose to step into the city quietly. And that choice speaks louder than any announcement ever could. For fans, this moment feels different. Because when someone like Wang Yibo moves in silence, it usually means one thing. He's ready. But ready for what? To understand the weight of this moment, you have to understand him. Wang Yibo is not just a global celebrity, not just a performer loved by millions. He is someone who has consistently chosen discipline over comfort, challenge over ease. While many shine under stage lights, he has also chosen to stand under something far more unforgiving. The heat of the racetrack. The world of racing is not scripted. There are no retakes, no second chances once the engine roars to life. Every turn demands precision. Every second test control. Every mistake comes with consequences. And yet, this is where Wang Yibo keeps returning. Not for applause, not for image, but for something deeper, passion. So when news quietly surfaced that he had already arrived in Shanghai ahead of race week, fans didn't just feel excited. They felt something else. Anticipation. Because arriving early doesn't just mean showing up. It means preparing. It means focusing. It means stepping away from everything else to fully enter the world of speed, risk, and competition. And maybe, just maybe, he's aiming for something bigger this time. By the time the night stretched deeper into silence, something shifted. What started as a quiet sighting slowly transformed into a wave that couldn't be contained. A short clip here, a blurred figure there, a whisper passed from one fan to another. He's really here. And just like that, the energy changed. No official confirmation was needed. Because when it comes to Wang Yibo, fans don't rely on announcements. They feel it. They recognize the smallest details, the posture, the movement, the stillness that somehow feels stronger than any performance. The way he carries himself, not as someone seeking attention, but as someone completely locked into his own world. And that's what made this moment different. This wasn't a public appearance. This wasn't a fan service moment. This was something quieter, deeper, more personal, because in those fleeting glimpses, fans didn't see a celebrity. They saw a man preparing for something that doesn't forgive hesitation, preparing for a world where emotion must be controlled, where focus becomes everything, and where even a single second can define the outcome. And suddenly, the conversation changed. It wasn't just he arrived. It became, what is he preparing for this time? Because those who have followed him long enough understand this pattern. When he disappears into silence, when he avoids the spotlight, when his movements become minimal, precise, almost invisible, it usually means one thing. Something important is coming. And maybe that's why the atmosphere felt heavier that night. Because beneath the calm surface, there was tension. Not fear, not uncertainty, but anticipation. The kind that lingers in the air. The kind that makes people pause. The kind that feels like standing at the edge of something big without fully seeing it yet. And as the city lights continued to glow outside, inside that quiet space, Wang Yibo was already stepping into a different world. A world where only performance matters. A world where silence is not emptiness, but focus. April 17th is getting closer. And with every passing hour, the distance between preparation and reality grows thinner. Soon, the silence will break. Soon, the engines will ignite. Soon, the calm will be replaced by speed, pressure, and the kind of intensity that cannot be paused. At Shanghai International Circuit, everything will change. But before that transformation happens, there is this moment, this fragile, almost invisible space between arrival and action. And this is where everything is decided. Because racing doesn't begin when the lights go out. It begins long before that. In the quiet rooms, in the isolated thoughts, in the discipline that no one else gets to see. And right now, Wang Yibo is inside that moment. Not as a performer, not as an icon, but as someone preparing to enter a world where nothing is guaranteed. Where reputation doesn't win races. Where popularity means nothing once the track demands precision. Only skill, only control, only focus. And perhaps that's why his quiet arrival feels so powerful. Because it shows intention. He didn't come for attention. He didn't come to be seen. He came to be ready. And somewhere in that readiness, there is a story unfolding. A story that fans cannot fully witness yet, but can feel. Because every small detail, the timing of his arrival, the lack of noise, the controlled presence, points towards something building beneath the surface. Something deliberate, something serious, something that refuses to be rushed. And as the countdown continues, one question begins to take shape in the minds of those watching closely. What version of Wang Yibo will step onto that track? The familiar one? Or someone even more focused, more determined, more unstoppable than before? Now the city waits. Shanghai continues its rhythm. Lights flickering, traffic moving, life going on as if nothing has changed. But beneath that normalcy, something is building. Because somewhere within that vast city, behind closed doors, away from every distraction, Wang Yibo is preparing. No headlines, no spotlight, no need for validation, just quiet focus. And maybe that's what makes this moment so meaningful. Because it strips everything down to the core. No image, no expectations, no noise, just a person and the challenge ahead. And in a world that constantly demands attention, choosing silence is a statement of its own, a powerful one, because it means confidence, it means clarity, it means knowing exactly what you came for without needing to say it out loud. So when the engines finally roar, when the track comes alive, when every second begins to matter, will this quiet arrival reveal its true meaning? Will it become the beginning of something unforgettable? Or will it remain a hidden chapter, understood only by those who paid attention to the silence? Because that's the thing about moments like this. They don't announce themselves. They don't demand to be seen. But later, when everything unfolds, people look back and realize this was where it started. And now, all eyes slowly turn toward the track, toward the moment where preparation meets reality, toward the second where silence finally breaks. And as that moment approaches, there's only one feeling left: anticipation. So tell me, when a race begins, will you be watching closely enough to understand what this quiet night truly meant?